Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Closet Combo. I'm your host, James.
Nick.
And I just made a big yawn.
Gotta get all the negative sleepy energies out of your body.
Oh, those will never go away, dude. Those are trapped. Those are fat. Those are fat soluble. They live in my lipids. And I'll be tired for the rest of my days, I'm afraid.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
afraid. I'm scared.
That you'll never be well rested again.
Dude, there's I'm sure you've seen this meme, but it's like video games are, I like to play video games because I can achieve the impossible, and then it was like you feel well rested from like Skyrim or something.
Oh man, yeah, that's really good. That's some good shit.
Yeah,
I wish I could be well rested, but that shit just ain't in the cards, baby.
Also, that meme makes me think of all the video game stuff that's going around right now.
Oh, yeah.
The video games cause violence.
I'm the president, and I cause violence.
My hands are small, and I'm angry about it.
My hands are small. Video games make people kill people. It definitely isn't me, even though my name was on that shooter's Facebook page spelled in guns.
God.
We don't like to get political around here, but maybe some gun control, gang.
Thank you.
Maybe do some gun control.
Thank you. Maybe
put that shit on the table. Who's to say?
Not anyone currently.
Not anyone that fucking died because of guns.
But yeah, there's some good memes going around with the video game violence thing, and it's like video games cause violence, and it's like me trying to just harvest my crops or something.
Oh, yeah, dude. Just a fucking shot from Stardew Valley.
Yeah, me trying to help the local village out.
I'm just trying to marry that one NPC girl, man. I don't know.
That's all,
I'm just
man.
trying to find love in this place where love exists.
Where love is achievable.
Yeah.
Along with being well rested.
It sounds so sad when you put it like that.
I want to play video games where love is achievable and I can sleep for 12 hours. And I make money.
Oh my god.
Good memes.
Video games are good.
Video games are good. Dude, I can't tell you how many times I've taken a speech class and I've done the same speech probably 5 or 6 times.
Sure.
And it's always my speech. It's always like an argumentative speech.
Sure.
And it's video games do not cause violence.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have done this research project 5 to 6 times.
Oh man.
It's a tired argument. Bro, if you look back, back when fucking TV was invented.
That's right.
They were like, "Oh shit, this caused violence."
Oh man, see all those lights?
Yeah, that's violent.
That's violent.
Yeah. And dude, in the 80s, people thought that fucking Dungeons and Dragons was like a satanic fucking cult.
Yeah, that's right.
That caused violence. It's just like, you fucking old people. What the fuck is...
Gary Gygax wants you to worship the devil.
That's right. In his new game, Demons and Daggers.
Nintendo is killing your children, and your children are killing others.
Sweet God.
PlayStation is making the frogs gay.
Hillary Clinton is a goddamn demon. Funny story about that. So if you don't know who Alex Jones is, just look it up and just enjoy.
Man.
Well, enjoy and be horrified at the same time.
Take a fucking ride.
Take a ride. Anyway, at some point, Alex Jones is talking about Hillary Clinton or something, and suddenly he just fucking shouts at the camera, "Hillary Clinton's a goddamn demon." But I didn't know about this clip until one time we were gaming. We were playing kobolds.
Yeah.
And they were in a club, and so I turned on some club music.
Yeah. Is that the first time you ever heard
Yes.
that?
I turned on some club music, and amidst the random club music, suddenly there's like a remix of this, and so we're sitting there like, role playing, and then suddenly from my fucking, because I built this table with a TV in it, suddenly from the TV, Hillary Clinton's a goddamn demon, and like it totally shut all 4 of us up. Like we were all like, and then we busted out laughing because it was just like it like cut through It cut through the RP. It cut through the game. And hit us right in the soul. And we were stunned for a moment. And then we just fucking started dying laughing.
Dude, Alex Jones chased us right into our fucking Minecraft houses.
That's right, dude.
Fucking got blown up by
By the creeper.
creepers. That's fucking funny shit.
Anyway, that was a lot of politic talk.
Minecraft is creating serial killers.
It's really quite that simple.
Fortnite.
For Fortnite. That's all we're going to say.
End of argument.
End of the line.
Fortnite equals politics.
Nick.
James.
What were we up to this week?
Man, not a whole lot. I've been real tired and not feeling super great this week.
Yeah.
Although I will say we had a good time this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nick ran his first Dungeons and Dragons game.
Nick ran his first D&D game. It was very funny.
It was
a good couple of goofs and gaffs.
There's some good goofs and gaffs.
Uh-huh.
James melted some of my NPCs.
Most of them. All of them?
No, you specifically.
I spared George Washington.
James specifically spared George Washington. I also think you didn't kill that many of my Frankenstein NPCs.
I melted every single one of them.
I don't think you melted Inga.
Everyone but Inga, I disintegrated.
Yeah.
Because remember, I made everyone fall asleep.
Yes.
I used a sleep ray.
Yeah.
And then I used a disintegration ray while everyone was sleeping, which made them fail their...
Oh, you're right. And you did melt them.
made them fail their deck save.
Yes.
So all of them just went...
You for sure melted Hitler. You killed Hitler. You did you paralyze? You either paralyzed or put to sleep the seven brothers and Audrey too.
I paralyzed all of them and then threw them back into their own musical worlds.
No, you threw the seven boys
into Little Shop.
Into Little Shop.
Yeah.
And then you peeked into Little Shop, and I had crafted a scene where all of the brides were hogtied in the cabin.
Yes. For those of you wondering, Nick's little thing was called Mr. Bones Musical Mayhem.
Yes.
And Mr. Bones is a character of his who is a skeleton.
Yes. And I brought him from our supervillains game to our kobolds game, and I made Jesse and James. Jesse was playing his brand new character, a gnoll named Rourke. And James was playing our favorite Beholder NPC, Eldritch, which I was very happy with.
Although you weren't expecting.
No, I was not expecting. I expected Jesse and James, and then maybe Nikki and Christy to play with us.
Yes.
And I expected everyone to be level 6 characters, so I expected Eldritch to be scaled to that. He was not. Eldritch was a regular beholder. So that very genuinely did disintegrate many plans. It was wild. It was still very fun.
It was very funny,
but it was very wild. And now I know the chaos that can ensue when the DM does not expect what the players are going to do.
Oh man.
Anyways, they had to retrieve some things from some musicals so that Mr. Bones could give them some money for
some debt.
And Eldritch walked away with a nice fancy community theater as his lair, with a nice magical prop department, which I've been working tirelessly to develop some nice magical props for you.
Okay, so you've been working on that this week?
I've been developing the concepts for them. I'm still trying to lock some things down.
Yeah.
But I have some good ideas that I think you'll really enjoy. And then I also want to try and figure out how to craft a Monsters, Inc. style door room for the theater that I think you would also enjoy very much, enjoy a good time with. We'll see. We'll see where we go. Yes. I'm also working on another game that does involve cheeseburgers. So we'll see how that one goes.
I like cheeseburgers, so...
Well, then you're going to love this.
I love Mr. Bones' Diner Dash.
You're going to love Mr. Bones' Burger Bonanza.
That's what it was.
It's very
Burger
good.
Bonanza.
So yeah, I've been waist deep in Dungeons and Dragons, good times.
Yep.
Been making some magical items. And James, I've crafted 2 magical items. One of them my character will use in our one-shot we're doing this weekend.
Excellent.
And the other one I'm not going to use, but I want to run it by you anyways.
Please do.
It's very funny.
Please.
So the first one is it's called Badge of the Favorite Deputy.
Okay.
It is a sheriff's badge that gives the wearer a +2 to persuasion and deception checks.
Okay.
When speaking with or pretending to be a member of law enforcement or person of authority. And they also gain advantage on investigation checks because they are assumed to be a member of or investigation checks when surveying the scene of a crime.
Okay.
Because they are a member of law enforcement. Another member of law enforcement will not interrupt them while searching a crime scene.
Excellent. Okay.
And so that is one of my items. Does that jive with you?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Cool and good.
Sounds very fun. One thing you gotta always think about when homebrewing is you want to be, God, what the fuck is the word? Unique and really flavorful.
Yes.
Which is always really good. You don't really want anything bland.
Yes, absolutely.
So yes, that is nice and flavorful. It's got a lot of, it's got rules that apply to some things and not all things. So it's good.
Yeah, what I was thinking about was I want some cool, good things, but I also want there to be it to be so specific that it is only a little helpful. Yeah. And I thought about that especially for the second magic item that I made called Mr. Bones' Wand of Shark Attack.
Oh, God.
Which is a 1-charge wand
that
lets you throw a giant shark. And it has the same rules as my giant shark encounter from our game. Mr. Bones so Ilthridish tried to fight Mr. Bones, and then Mr. Bones threw a giant shark at Ilthridish. And so you make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw, and if you fail it, you take 1d12 plus 5 bludgeoning damage for having been hit with a giant shark.
Makes sense.
The giant shark is then given its own initiative, but it has to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. If it fails, it drowns, or it dies. Sorry, it dies.
Drowns in air.
Yeah, it drowns in air as it cannot breathe air, and it makes that save at the beginning of each of its turns. It does not make that saving throw if it is cast in water, because it can live. Yes. So it is a shark that... And then it recharges at dawn, but if you have used up the charge, you roll a d20, and if you critical fail on the d20, then it just doesn't recharge that day.
Gotcha.
Because you couldn't fish up another shark.
You
You couldn't fish up a shark to reload the wand.
With your wand.
Yep. How does that smell?
That is also very fun.
Good, I like it. I'm glad.
Especially since it's probably pretty likely that the shark is going to die.
Oh yeah, it's a super high likelihood that the shark is just straight up going to die.
Just dead shark.
It's a pretty
dead shark. Dead shark.
It is of medium difficulty, I think, to dodge the shark, and it is of medium to high difficulty that the shark will just even survive at all. Blech. But if it does survive, then you have a giant shark that will just attack what is near it.
Yep, just start flailing and crunching, dude.
It's a good old time.
Yes, those are fun.
Good, I'm glad. I'm glad you like them. Yes, my boy for the one-off will be using the badge. It's pretty good. Other things that I have been up to this week include laying in bed and doing nothing.
Lucky fucking bastard, man.
I'm sorry. I'm going to work too, but I just been feeling a little bit poopy, and so I've been staying in bed and trying not to die, and I'm not doing a great job of it. But
here we are.
Here we are today. James.
Yams, Nick Lambert. Nick Lamborghini.
What have you been up to this
Lamborghini.
week? What have you been up to this week?
What have I been up to this week? Working like a dog.
Like a dog.
God, dude, I'm just so tired. I'm working these 10-hour shifts. And trust me, the extra day is really fucking nice. But at the end of a 10-hour day, I'm just like...
Like, you're basically breaking even anyways, right?
Yeah, because I want to be able to stay up later.
Yeah.
Than I should be staying up. Right? Because I got to get up at 5.
Yeah. Or I get to work at like, what, 6:30?
6.
6? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool and good.
So I have to get up at 5 and take a shower and go. So yeah, I'm just like, but then I get home and like I've unwound. You know, it takes me a little while to get unwound. I'm sitting on my computer or whatever, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit of Tavern Brawl stuff done, or oh yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of Minecraft, or you know, whatever. And then it's like I look at the fucking clock, it's 10, and I'm like, oh God, no, God, no, God, no.
Yeah,
And then I fucking wake up at 5 o'clock, and I'm like, that's the breath of life returning to me.
Your spirit was floating aimlessly above you, saying, "Man, what a good sleep I'm having."
That's right.
And then your alarm.
Boom. Yeah.
His life returns to you.
I come back to life. Yeah, so that's a little bit rough. The extra day off is really nice, though. So
yeah,
I shouldn't be complaining, but I'm gonna anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, with the time, like, you got that extra day off, but like with the extra hours, you're probably breaking about the same as if you had been working 5 days.
No, because I can do more fun stuff on that Monday.
Oh, sure.
I have off, you know, like
yeah.
Like this last week, I was over at the beach.
That's pretty good.
And I didn't have to come home and work for 8 hours, you know.
Sure.
So that was nice. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like, yeah. I guess if I'm working 5 days, it's like I come home and I get a little bit more time to unwind and do stuff
before you have to take the big sleep.
Yeah. So I think having the extra day off is better because it's just like a full day of relaxation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So this last week, I've actually been pretty busy, just working on Tavern Brawl stuff.
Tavern Brawl stuff.
Yeah, just trying to. There's like not in the grand scheme of things. There's not a lot left to do. Until the Kickstarter comes out, but then once you start like adding up just like the little things that need to get done,
yeah,
it's like, oh, this is kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
it's a lot of little stuff that you know. Luckily, we've got 6 months until we release the Kickstarter, so. But yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, you got to do this and you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Oh, don't forget to do this and this and this and this. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh man, that's a lot of little stuff I gotta get done.
Yeah, so doing that. Also, I just like, just at the end of last week, I was just like, totally was like, just forgetful of everything.
Sure.
Like I was just forgetting all like kind of responsibilities I was supposed to do. And so like on Friday I had gotten Fallout 76.
Ooh.
And was like deep dived into that for a while.
Taking a nice little deep dive into the golden hills of Appalachia.
Yeah, and then like
it's almost heaven, some might say.
Almost heaven.
West Virginia, Boring Mountain, Shenandoah River.
Yeah, and then like so I'd been playing that all day, and then I was like going to bed, and I was like, I didn't edit the podcast. Like totally just fucking just out of my brain, dude. I was like, I totally forgot to do that. Like I uploaded it at some point this week.
Yeah.
Like got the stuff off my camera and our little handy zoomer thingy.
Yeah.
Our handy recorder is what I meant to say, not zoomer. It's called a zoom. It's called the H4n zoom. That is what we use. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I need to get a different one.
The Blue Skadoomer, Weekend Tumor.
Yeah, I either need to get the H6N or the Rode Podcaster. The what is that called? The Roadster.
Thank you for reminding me. I have to look it up.
The Rode thing.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm putting it on my.
Your wish list.
I'm putting it on my Amazon.
Oh, it's not on Amazon. I don't think
It's not on Amazon.
it is in the UK. So if you got the UK Amazon, what the fuck is it called? It's called the Rodecaster. Is what it's called. RODE CASTER.
Rodecaster.
Yeah. Is it there? Nope. Nope. Oh wait, hold up. No, I don't know what the fuck that is. Stream Deck. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, it's not on Amazon. But
What the fuck?
yeah. So I'd forgotten to do the podcast, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to bed now." So,
Well,
I'm not staying up. And then we had a bunch of games on Saturday, and I didn't get around to it. And then I went to the beach on Sunday and totally forgot to do it. So
It's all good.
I was just like, "Oh well."
Yeah.
It'll come out when it comes out.
Fine by me, baby.
What was that?
What?
What was on your phone before you went to that?
Oh, I was earlier. I was explaining to my mother the new Pokemon game.
Yes.
And so I showed her
the new
I showed her Galar, Zigzagoon, Linoon,
and the new one.
Obstagoon. And I had her guess which celebrity Obstagoon is supposed to look like.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's Gene Simmons in Kiss, by the way. He looks like Gene Simmons of Kiss.
Dude, I had no idea they were gonna do regional
variants.
types.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's just like, and here's Weezing.
You like him?
What the?
You like him? He's gray and he has a green mustache and a top hat, and he
That's
looks
a smokestack.
he looks vaguely of a bong.
like a British gentleman mixed with a bong.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
And apparently he's just like, people have been like reading the stuff about him. Apparently he's just like Alolan Muck, and that Alolan Muck and Grimer both are for like eating and picking up pollution. Whereas Weezing and Muck Kanto are just pollution.
Yeah.
And Galar Weezing is apparently an air purifier.
Because London sucks.
Yeah, he eats the pollution, and then the smoke that he puffs out is actually it purifies the air.
Ooh, purifying smoke.
Purifying smog.
Smog.
Yes. It's very good.
I thought that was pretty wild when you were like, Nick texted me yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, and he was like, "You see that new Pokemon?"
Or no, I guess it would have had to been yesterday.
Yeah, you see that new Pokemon? And I was like, "No, I haven't." And they got new regional variants, and which I think is cool.
Yeah.
I think the regional variants is really cool. I really like the Alolan stuff. Like the Alolan. I just wish there had been more.
Yeah.
Like,
and they stuck it to just like Kanto Pokemon. Like all the regional variant Pokemon are Kanto Pokemon. This one is like.
Is London and Zigzagoon, are they third gen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're good little boys.
And then you've got Gremlin
Pikachu.
Mouse Pokemon.
More Peko. I think it's funny.
It is funny.
It's a funny little gremlin.
It is funny.
And they have a literal gremlin that they added. It's the little imp boy that they added.
For the new stuff?
Yeah. There's a new little imp Pokemon. I don't remember what it's called. They revealed
maybe you were
it.
talking about Sableye.
No.
Who is like a little imp.
Sableye is a little imp.
Gomp.
There is a
Gomp.
Oh, he's a little.
I just combined Goblin and Imp together and got Gomp on accident.
That gives me a very good idea, but thank you.
Gomp.
But yeah, they revealed a little imp Pokemon. It's like a little pinkish purple color, and it's like dark fairy is its typing, and they revealed it at the same time as the Yorkie.
Oh, that's why, because everyone was very excited about that.
Everyone was like, "It's the Yorkie. It has a heart on its butt.
Yorkie.
It's so cute." Yamper is what it's called.
And all of the Pokemon
And now all the
fan base creamed.
and all the Pokemon. Matt Bow. Okay, I saw.
Matt Bow.
Snap. I saw a snap from one person and was like, I can wait on that one. And then I saw a snap from Matt Bow.
And it's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh.
Did he buy that?
I think he might, or he pulled it out of a pack.
How much is that card worth?
This card is probably $70. Yeah, this is Boral Sword Dragon. It's between $70 and $90.
I don't think Matt would have.
He probably pulled that shit out of. It got reprinted in Battles of Legend: Heroes Revenge, which is the latest pack that just came out. So,
any of you
he
Yu-Gi-Oh
probably
fans
pulled it
out there,
there. It's
go
got
get your Boral Sword Dragon.
Get your Boral Sword. Yeah, get your Boral Sword Dragon out of Battles of Legend: Heroes Revenge.
That's right.
Get those new Vision Heroes and other shit. I don't know. I haven't been keeping that close up with Yu-Gi-Oh, except for the fun Yu-Gi-Oh history I learned. Or one of the newer archetypes called the Magical Musketeers are based off of a Carl Weber opera.
I don't know who Carl Weber is.
He's a German composer.
I know who Carl Wieser is. Same guy?
Has he been craving my croissant?
My croissant?
My croissant, Jimmy Coon.
Jesus Christ. Dude, anytime I think of fucking Carl, there's three things I think of. My croissant.
Yeah, my croissant.
The thing from the Jimmy Neutron movie.
Yeah.
Where he's talking about how his mom used to rub his tummy and go,
nanny, nanny, nanny.
Because when I was a child, I thought that was the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my entire life.
It's pretty funny. We'll give you that one,
and then,
James Isaac.
And
Neutron.
then the episode with the monster lima bean. Have you ever seen that?
I'm sure I have, but I don't.
He's like, he hates lima beans or something.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so fucking random.
That's super weird.
Because I don't even think about...
Jimmy Neutron, lay random.
Yeah. When I think of, just lima beans in general, it's like, God, I forget lima beans exist.
There they are, lima beans.
And then someone said, oh, lima bean. And it's like, oh, yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. No, he's like having nightmares about this lima bean monster, but I think it's actually real because Jimmy Neutron tried to make them tasty so that he would eat them or something.
Yeah.
I could have just made all of that up.
You know what?
But it sounds about right.
It's so... That would be so on the nose if it was real, though.
Exactly.
Like, that's such a Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm going to make my friend
my friend who eats lima beans is gonna love lima beans after I make this delicious lima bean science for him.
I'm going to make this lima bean dish. Got a blast! Got a blast! Purple flurp.
Damn, Purple Flurp.
Dude, Jimmy Neutron.
Remember that show? Jimmy Neutron?
It was a good show.
Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. You remember the pilot episode?
The pants episode?
Yeah.
Yes, I definitely remember the pants episode.
I remember I got a little freaked out. I had... So picture me. I had just gotten home shopping with my parents. We were buying, I believe it was school supplies. I believe it was that time of year.
Okay.
And I just gotten a new pair of pants.
This is like 6th grade you or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I just gotten a new pair of pants from Old Navy. And I came home and I was like, oh, I loved the Jimmy Neutron movie. The TV show premieres tonight. And my parents were like, okay, we can watch it. And they threw it on and the pants were alive. And I was like, I'm just going to wear my old pants. I don't want to.
I'm not gonna mess with that.
Pants. And so I didn't wear those new pants for like a month.
Wow, dude.
Because I was like, damn, Jimmy Neutron. I was excited about those pants, and now I'm excited to get them away from me.
Now that I'm thinking about Jimmy Neutron, I'm remembering random bits of episodes.
Yeah.
It's like I just and I'm even picturing them. So I'm imagining Jimmy Neutron eating these weird little fish crackers, I think.
Sure,
and that let him talk to fish.
Yeah.
I just am imagining the scene where he's eating them.
Yeah.
I thought of the Macbeth episode.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'm picturing the picnic episode where he gives his dad the headband that makes him really good at the picnic games. And so I'm picturing fucking Hugh Neutron with a spoon in his mouth carrying the egg, and he's like doing the fucking Hugh Neutron run.
Or the classic episode where he makes the Ice Age.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, caribou! him and the other dads are hunting for caribou.
Oh man, that's some good shit.
What a fucking great show.
Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron. Shout out Jimmy.
Shout out
Jimmy
Jimmy.
Neutron.
Shout out Carl.
Shout out Sheen.
Did you ever watch the Sheen spin-off show?
I didn't know that existed.
Yeah, there's a spin-off show called Planet Sheen.
Okay.
And the whole premise, and they don't ever show this in the show except for in the title sequence, Sheen goes into Jimmy's lab, and there's a note from Jimmy that says, "Hey Sheen, I'll be back in a little bit. Don't touch anything."
Uh-huh.
And Sheen obviously touches something, and he gets stuck in a rocket ship.
Uh-huh.
And Sheen gets rocketed into outer space, and he's trapped on an alien planet. And he meets some aliens, and one of the aliens is literally just like Carl, but a slug monster. And I'm not shitting. It's not like a monster.
No, it's Carl, but
it's
a slug.
Carl, but he's like a slimy slug thing. And it's so fucking weird.
No, I did not know that existed.
It's probably, and I can't stress this enough, probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. I wouldn't put it in the top 10 because I've seen so many dumb things.
Uh-huh.
But it is definitely
It's
in the
up there.
top 20. Top 20 dumbest things I've ever seen is the pilot for Planet Sheen.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That obviously probably didn't last long.
It was on one of the Nickelodeon side channels.
Ah.
You know what I'm talking like one
Nick
of the
for Teens or something like that. Teen Nick.
No, it was in this is the exclusive Nickelodeon. This is in the 300s or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Disney XD.
Yeah, it was the Nickelodeon version of Disney XD.
Yes.
It was Nicktoons.
Nick.
I think it was called Nicktoons.
Nick on CBS. Did you ever see that?
No.
Yes, for some reason CBS would show Nickelodeon shows at some point, and that was the little jingle. Nick on CBS.
Nice.
That's good
Nice.
shit. What else have I been doing this week?
I don't know, James.
Fuck, what else have I been doing? Just working, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been itching to play more video games, but I've been too busy being a adult.
Man,
going to work.
I've been wanting to play more video games, but I've been too lazy to pick up a controller.
Gotta get a good Switch game.
I know. I've been
Just
looking
play
for
in your bed.
the good Switch platformers.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking at the indie platformers that showed up on just every other console, but I was like, no, I don't know about that. Guacamelee.
Yeah.
I'm looking at they're releasing Guacamelee, a physical edition called 1-2 Punch Edition for the Switch, where it's a Guacamelee 1, Guacamelee 2 double pack.
My glasses, when I yawned, I put my hands under my glasses and they got stuck upon my eyebrow ridge.
And then he rose his eyebrows a couple of times
to get him to come down.
And then they slid back to their home upon his nose.
Upon my planet nose.
Upon his Planet Sheen. Achala.
God.
Sucks.
Dude, have you played Hollow Knight?
No, I haven't played Hollow Knight.
That shit is so good.
You know, I saw it. It was at GameStop for $25, but it's in the Switch eShop for $15.
Yeah, they probably got to sell the physical copies for more just because it's Team Cherry, which is the developer.
They're cool people.
They are cool.
They're good people.
But they didn't do it themselves. They had to partner with someone else.
Yeah.
They had to partner with someone else. I think Skybound for the Xbox and PS4 versions. And I believe Skybound was going to do a physical
release.
But then they had to cancel that part for some reason. I'm not sure why. So
Oh.
Also, I think it's the super. It's like a special edition
Oh, really?
because it comes with like a bunch of like an art book and a
Oh, I didn't know that.
maybe that might not be true.
Huh. Who's to say?
Yeah, but dude, that game that is like A+ platformer. Like I don't even really care for platformers that much, and
Sure.
I fucking love that game.
Yeah. It's pretty good. You know what I did remember happened this last week is that we got the PAX schedule.
Oh yes,
So I'm
yes,
excited
we
for
did.
that.
Yes, we got the PAX schedule. I didn't really see much on there that I was like super excited for.
I saw a couple things that really caught my eye. I read
Uh-huh.
into some of the panels that were happening that looked pretty good. I'm like passively plotting my course through PAX right now. Like what do I want to see? What do I want to do? A lot of cool developers that are going to have booths there that I'd really like to check out their stuff.
Did they release a booth map?
No, they released everyone that's going to be there.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's on like a separate page.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like these are the people that are going to have tables there. Was it Gearbox is obviously
yeah.
doing a thing. They're doing a Borderlands 3 thing on Friday night. Behold Studios, the people that do Chroma Squad.
Yes.
They're going to be there. I
Very
found
cool.
out they're probably going to be there with their new game, which is called. What is it called?
Chicken Chaser.
Their new game, Fable for the
Fable
Xbox.
For the Xbox. Actually, I think the Chicken Chaser thing was from Fable 2.
Fable 2 for the Xbox 360.
The best of all of them.
Yep, Fable 2 is so good.
So fucking good.
I put a lot of time into that game.
Me too, dude.
Oh man, but yeah, they have their new game. It's like a resource management game. But the resource you're managing is oxygen. It's like at a space station.
Okay.
You're like trying to conserve air. It's very
Uh-huh.
cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, looks really cool. There are a bunch of other people that are going to be there. There's a concert of some kind one of the nights.
Yep. I forget who's playing, but yeah, there is a concert.
Yeah.
Friday night is Acquisitions Incorporated.
Oh, really?
Yep, they're doing their live show.
Gnarly.
I think my wife and her sister are home. Let us
Let's see.
observe.
Let's see what we got.
We're observing the door currently for our listeners.
Nothing so far. Mostly just James's front door, honestly.
Yeah, it's just kind of... Could be the neighbor, honestly.
Likely.
Could be the neighbor just parking. As soon as we look back towards the camera,
It's
the
gonna
door's
open.
going to fucking open.
Yep.
Well, here we are.
Okay, well. Nothing. Damn. Could have sworn.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Fuck.
Yeah, but that was really... Like, I definitely want to do the Acquisitions Incorporated because
That'd be
that
sick as hell,
was
yeah.
so fun last year.
Oh, yeah.
Like I've said many times
Yeah.
before, I laughed.
I saw there's a Catan tournament.
Yeah, they have all sorts of different kinds of tournaments.
The Catan tournament I read is like, it's like 18 hours long.
Now that I did not know.
It's super long. It's like a 32-person tournament
Uh-huh.
that they break into tables of 4,
Yeah.
and then they keep breaking it down.
Until
And I mean, games
the
of
end.
Catan are really fucking long, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all day. It's all day one of the days. Just straight up. Like every single thing, when you go into a thing on the PAX schedule page,
Uh-huh.
when you go and select a thing, it's like this thing conflicts with these other events.
Yes.
On that day, there's always at least one thing that is being conflicted with, and it's the fucking Catan tournament.
Do you win anything good? Is it worth being there for fucking 18 hours?
I have no fucking idea.
You get a meeple.
You get one meeple.
Is that even the right game?
In Catan?
Or am I thinking of Carcassonne?
I think you're thinking of Carcassonne, my man.
Yeah, whatever's got the little peeps.
Oh, I actually
Good.
don't know. There's a little man that you get
Yes.
in Catan, but I think that's something else.
Mm.
There's a little man figure, and then you get
I have
like
Game
the
of Thrones
sheeps.
Catan right down there.
There it be. Wouldn't you know?
I haven't played it yet. I should.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna call it fun because I hate Catan, but
Every time I think I've played Catan, because I always get Catan and Carcassonne mixed up.
sure.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, I enjoy it.
Uh,
You've never experienced true board game hell
Yeah.
until you've played a 12-hour game
You've told me about
of
this.
Twilight Imperium.
Was it you and Caleb both played it?
No, it was just me.
And you went over to your friend's apartment.
Yeah,
and
who
they
lived
were
in
like,
the same complex
play
as
the
I.
Twilight Imperium.
Uh-huh.
And then you sat there for 12 hours and you had barely
Dude.
even played.
Dude, I left for rehearsal for a play,
Yeah.
came back 3 hours later, and
they
were
were still
going.
playing. God damn.
And it was like, fuck.
I'm
that
sure
game is. It was fun, but man, it was just like grueling.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so that was my
wild.
introduction to board games.
Yeah. Man, that's
We played some
wild.
other really fun ones like Betrayal,
Yo,
The House on
Betrayal's-
the Hill, which
Betrayal's
is
super
very fun. What else?
That's really good. I really want to get. I played it. What game did I play once? I played. God, it was called. I can't. It was like a card game, and it was supposed to be like a spaghetti western. Was the theme, and I don't even remember what the point of the fucking game was. to win, I guess.
Okay.
But it was just like a Western themed card game, and it was super short. It was like, you are this role and you get a gun and you draw cards and get other things, and I don't remember what it's called. Apparently it was an Italian game.
Okay.
It was called like Spaghetti. It might have just been called Spaghetti Western. I don't remember. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I fucking love board games, and I wish we played them more often.
Yeah. I like those short, like kind of short where you can do a couple of rounds, like card style board games.
Yeah.
I also like was One Night Ultimate Werewolf is super fun.
I've never heard of that.
It's like Town of Salem.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You got to identify, except instead of identifying a witch, you have to identify
The werewolf.
you have to find the werewolves in the group. And everyone has like different win conditions. Like the werewolf hunter wins if you kill one of the werewolves. Or like this person wins if the village loses and stuff like that. It's super cool and good.
Super cool. Super good.
Super cool, super good.
Nick,
James,
let's get into a question.
hit me with that.
Since we've been
We've just been
reminiscing
fucking-
this and that and having such a good time
We've
for
just
40
been
minutes, 45 minutes.
chit chattering this, that, and the other.
Just going. Dude, I straight up just had a question and it has completely fucking left my brain.
Oh no,
God damn it.
James, how about this one? I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna get a Mountain Dew Voltage over there, and when I get back, if you have a question, neat.
God, I just fucking had it too. It's like, I was like, motherfucker. What were we talking about earlier?
Jimmy Neutron.
Okay, there's Jimmy Neutron.
We're talking about PAX.
PAX.
We're talking about pizza time. We were talking about pizza time.
We were not talking about pizza time.
Talking about board games literally moments ago.
Board games.
We were talking about pears way earlier.
We didn't even do that on the podcast.
No, we didn't. We were just doing pear goose.
Pear goose.
Pears
So-
are the potatoes are like the potatoes of apples, except they're not good like
except-
potatoes.
Yeah, that's just a bad comparison.
Yeah.
And then we talked about apple or pear pie
Yeah.
and how gross that probably is.
Would you like to partake in my sour pear pie?
That's so fucking gross.
No, that
God,
sucks.
motherfucker. I wish I could remember what my question was. It's gone.
Oh man,
It's gone. It was a good one too. I was like, ooh, this is gonna be a good one.
it's gonna be a little thinker, a little stinker thinker.
It was a creative one.
Oh
I
really?
was gonna have you make something.
Neat. I like those ones. I'll make another magic item for you if you want.
Nick,
Yeah.
why don't you tell me about a time when you seen a pig.
Okay.
Tell me about the time you've seen a pig.
When I was 12 at the Oregon State Fair. Next.
That's good shit. That's good. That's good shit right there. That's kind of hard-hitting questions I like to ask. I am so fucking mad.
Shit, it went down the wrong way. My fucking Mountain Dew went down the wrong way.
I'm so fucking mad I can't remember this question I had.
Holy shit.
It was going to be good, dude. Well, I got a weird pig story. Dude, when I lived in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Las Vegas. The desert.
Pig capital of the world is what they might call
Dude,
it.
I had a neighbor down the street
that had a pig.
who owned a fucking, not just like a little pig.
No, like the big boys.
Like a 600-pound fucking pig. When they told me they owned a pig, I was like, you're lying to me.
That's dumb.
We live in the fucking desert.
That's dumb, and so are you. There's no pigs out here.
And then
This ain't Pig Town.
I walked by.
Little did you know.
And there's a 600-pound fucking black pig just fucking scrunching around in a little
Fucking
pig pen.
Oinking around. Like a little fucking, like a big ass oinkster.
Yeah, and then the camera gets really close to my face. And I'm making weird noises. Ross. Nick showed me a meme of Ross from Friends earlier. That was funny.
It was very good.
Okay, how about this question?
Yes.
When
Mm-hmm.
you were
Yes.
in
Okay.
9th grade,
Okay.
where
Mm-hmm.
did you
Yes.
eat for lunch? Where did you eat?
Like where at school did I have lunch when I was in 9th grade?
Tell me about your lunchtime ritual in 9th grade.
In 9th grade? So when we were in 9th grade, we were freshmen in high school.
Correct.
I wasn't bringing my lunch yet. I was still getting cafeteria food.
You were getting the hot lunch.
Getting that hot cafeteria food.
Mm-hmm. What did you get usually?
Well, you know the ideal. You always want to go for that cheese zombie if they got that cheese zombie.
But we had at our school, we had a bunch of different lines for different types of food.
Oh, sure. I usually just went default pizza.
Okay.
Because, I'm of the philosophy that even bad pizza is good pizza.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not good, but
sure, but it's pizza.
If pizza is pizza, no matter how you slice it.
I will consume it.
Thank you.
He'll be here
I'll be here
for 12 more minutes.
12 more minutes. And then I'll be back on Saturday. But I would grab my pizza. And then our freshman year of high school, I really just roamed around. I hadn't cemented.
You were a walker.
Yeah, I hadn't really cemented myself anywhere yet. So I would kind of just grab my food, find some place, and it was always different.
Uh-huh.
And then I would, excuse me. Damn.
Mountain Dew's getting to you.
Mountain Dew voltage.
Coming back up.
I would just find a nice place. I would sit down. I'd eat my food, and then I would walk around a little bit until class. I think freshman year might have been the year I started hanging out with Matt and Bryce. I think.
Yeah.
And after a while, when I started hanging out with them, they had a corner. Them and their boys. The cross-country boys, they had
a corner,
They had a little corner,
Where was
yeah.
the corner at?
The corner was directly across from, what's her name? What is her name? She was a bio teacher. It was
Strang?
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
yes.
right across from.
Kind of over
it was
there
on a corner.
by the auto shop.
Yeah, it was on the corner across from Mrs. Strang's room, kind of diagonal from Mr. Dillbone's classroom.
Yes, I know the corner. I know this exact corner.
Yeah, if you walk down a little ways, the
autos.
there's the autos building, and then there's the electronics shop is right there off of that building. They had a little corner where them and the boys would hacky sack.
Oh God!
And so I would hang out with them, and they were like, "Nick, you want a hacky sack?" And I was like, "No, I'll just hang out.
I'll just hang out. Thanks.
I'm not gonna hacky any sacks today. Thank you, boys." And so that's around the time I started hanging out with Matt and Bryce, because Bryce and I had We had a English class together freshman year, the spring quarter of freshman
With
year.
whom?
Mrs. Farver.
Mrs. Farver.
Yes.
Was she only there for our freshman year?
She became the...
She redhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yes, she became the newspaper
Yes.
teacher.
Yes. I know who you're talking about.
I don't remember what the P word, but there's a print something. No, it's newspaper. It was a newspaper. It was
the newspaper class.
Publications.
Yes,
Publications was the class.
Yes.
Yes, she was the newspaper teacher,
Gotcha.
and she was my English teacher for. It was fall or no, it was spring quarter of our freshman year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So where did you eat sophomore year?
Sophomore year.
At some point, you made it into the choir room, and that's where you were.
Yes. I believe I stuck with hacky sacking. I was always the hacky sacking crew. I was always a roamer after that point.
Yeah.
And so we had different places that we would go, me and my ilk. Mr. Van Cotteren, VC's classroom. We would hang out in there sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have lunch with Tad and Sebastian. And we would eat. We tried to eat in the band room, which was when Mr. Andrew would leave because he also taught band at Calpuya.
Yeah.
We tried and eat in there, but then he would leave. And then one time, Mr. Engman, you remember Mr. Engman?
Is he the big guy?
Yeah.
I remember Mr.
He would come. We had some not so nice jokes about Mr. Engman because he caught us in the band room having lunch with no teacher in there.
I'm sure.
And so he would come kick us out.
He took my I Love Boobies bracelet and never gave it back.
That bastard.
Because I had forgotten to turn it inside out.
Rookie mistake. I never had an I Love Boobies bracelet because I wasn't a cool guy, so I didn't have that. Anyways,
I wasn't cool like you, James. I wasn't allowed to have clothes that said boobies on them.
But he would kick us out, and then we got pissed at him.
Yeah.
And so whenever Mr. Andrew would leave to go to Calpuya, local middle school. Whoops. We would move into the practice room that was in between the band and choir room. And then I believe it was Mr. DeYoung was like, you guys can't be in here. You have to either be in the choir room or you can't be in here because the choir room is a place where I'm at.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay.
Okay.
And so
All right.
this was around the time I believe Sebastian was dating a girl that was in choir at the time.
I know the girl.
Yes. And so we were,
This was senior year then.
yes, by senior year, this would have been it. And we would hang out and just hang out and have our lunch in the choir room.
Nice.
But yeah, even then I was bouncing around a whole lot. Sometimes I just want to have lunch by myself. Sometimes I would go hang out with Matt and Bryce, my cross-country boys, go hang out with them on the corner or in VC's room. We called him VC because his name is long.
True.
Yeah, Chris is a real long name. But yeah, I just bounce around for my lunchtime activities, James.
I had 4 spots, I think.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about them.
So freshman year,
Did you do hallway lunch? Did you eat lunch in the hallways sometimes?
at some point I did. But freshman year, I ate. So when you walked right out of the cafeteria and there was those steps up
Yeah.
where there was like the covered walkway.
Mm-hmm.
So right there,
Yeah.
I would hang out with like Nick and Adam and
Sure.
Andrew and
Yeah.
Terry and all those guys.
Yeah.
I'd hang out with them. Oh, and Joe.
Sure.
And then at some point, I started dating the same girl you were just talking about.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. You were confused for a second.
I was confused for a second. I thought I was talking about a different girl. I might have been talking about a different girl, but
Maybe.
there was Sebastian probably dated more than one girl that was in choir.
That's possible.
Likely.
Well, I started dating a girl,
Yes.
and so then I would go. We went to the student center. What's happening?
I was doing the grease thing. That's the tell me more.
Oh yeah. Then we went to the student center, ate with all my theater friends because my I was in theater, but also my girlfriend was in theater. So
yes.
Then we'd sit there, and then me and Joe would go. Like after I was done eating, me and Joe would just go and walk around the school
and smoke some weed.
Wrong.
Yes, incorrect.
Wrong. And then I was in the student center, and then when Nikki and I started dating, she had lunch in the hallway, so I went.
So you had lunch in the hallway.
That's right.
Ooh,
and then at some point we moved over to the choir room, and it wasn't for very long that we moved over to the choir room, but we did.
Yep. What a nice time. And now that choir room that we had lunch in doesn't exist.
Burned down. Dude, I don't.
Whoopsie-doodle.
So yeah, our choir room burned down. That whole building burned down on April Fool's Day.
It was so wild.
And
we all woke up on April Fool's Day and we're like, no, it fucking didn't.
Dude, Brennan came in straight up. He fucking came into my room because me and Caleb had an apartment.
Yeah.
And he had been staying with us
while he was going
to school because
right.
my parents were living way the fuck far away.
Yeah.
And
couple towns over. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just easier for him to stay at my house because he was going to school in the same town me and Caleb were living in.
Yeah.
So he comes into my room and he goes, James. I was like,
yeah.
You know,
like fucking 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, right when it happened.
Yeah, it was like probably 6, probably.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, my school's burning down, and I was like, very funny, and I just turned over. He's like, dude, I'm dead serious.
It's a funny goof.
And I was
Brennan.
like, no fucking way. Fucking pull up the news and no shit.
Yeah.
Fucking school's on fire.
God, it's fucking.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, similar. There he is. There's the boy. Yeah, similar situation with my sister. She was like, Nick, the building burned down. And I was like, no, it fucking didn't.
Yeah, okay.
No, it fucking didn't. And then I went on Facebook and sure as shit. Oh my
it's
God.
actually burning down.
I felt really bad. There's this lady who I haven't talked to her in a long time, but she's a friend of mine when I was doing local community concert band.
Yes.
And she had actually just donated her Barry sax to the band program.
Damn.
Her like expensive custom Yamaha saxophone. She had just donated it to the school and like days before.
Yeah.
And it burned
Just a
down.
nice,
and I thought about that instantly. It was like, oh,
nice pull of
Vonda,
brass.
Vonda, your saxophone.
It's now a puddle of brass.
I used to ogle that saxophone. It was so pretty.
That's too bad.
God, yeah, real shame.
And now it's
gone forever.
in the dump somewhere.
Yep.
Just a metal sheet.
Yep. It's real.
A metal disc.
Protect your instruments, gang. They could be fired at any moment. James, we got
let's
no time left.
do a very quick commercial.
Let's stick this ad right at the end of the video.
This episode is brought to you by Kraeble Murphys Deer in the Headlights pencil.
I'm doing music for you because you did music for me last time.
Kraeble Murphys Deer in the Headlights pencil. This pencil, when you pick it up and you start writing, it draws a deer in the headlights, staring right at you from the page. The deer then comes to life and grants you a very special piece of wisdom. Typically something like, "Oh God, don't hit me, I have children," or "Don't let me suffer in the road," or "Oh my God, I'm God, I'm dear God." Get yours today on the On the Wii Shop channel. Big thanks, Kraeble Murphy, for the deer in the headlights pencil.
Kraeble Murphy.
Drawing a sentient deer god on your pencil, on your paper, to give you a word of wisdom.
Hey, Kraeble Murphy. Love you.
That's all the time we got.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
We chit-chatted a lot this episode.
We did. It's pretty good. I like just having a good old chit-chat.
I am still angry that I
can't remember your question.
It was a good one, dude.
Okay.
It was.
I believe you. I believe you that it was a good question.
You're giving me the vibes that you don't.
No, James, hey, I believe you. I believe in this question.
I wish I could remember it.
I do too. But
instead, you got to hear about where we ate lunch in high school.
That's a gem right there.
That's a gem.
That's a gem
That's a
to say the least.
Big thanks to Kraeble Murphy as always.
Absolutely.
And thanks to all of you. We don't have any ultimate combo questions, so if you want to ask us a question, hit us up on Twitter at Combo Classic, at James Fifth, at Nick Linder with no A.
This week's hashtag is #longchitter. Tell us about a time when you chit-chatted for the whole episode of Classic Combo.
That's right.
If you have any questions for us to ultimate combo question on the episode, email us at classiccombopod@gmail.com or at us on twitter.com at any of the
ones I just said.
That James just said.
I think you just repeated me except for the email thing.
Whoops.
It's like that moment where, you go, you say, hey, how you doing? And they say, good, how are you? And they say, great, how about you? And
yeah.
It's like, I can't believe I just did that.
Yeah, I'm a little shook right now.
You shook.
I'm shaking up. I'm all shook up.
Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.
Love you.
Love you too.